Hello chaps, how's it going? Hi Siden. Hey Red Cape, how's it going? Good to have you. Good to have you both in the stream. I'm very good, thank you. How are you guys? Oh, I've not been very active this week in the Discord, but I've been very active in designing a character. How's my audio sounding? It wasn't very good last week, I think. Does it sound okay? This is what I was preparing this week. Our character for the collab with Cryptic Galapagos. So we've made our own character for the Cryptic Galapagos called Phineas. Bit bored. Audio is good. Okay, nice. Hopefully you won't be too bored now you're here. Right, so this is Phineas. Phineas is a land iguana on the Galapagos Islands. Crow! How is it going, mate? Good to have you here. Doing very well, thank you. Yeah, we've got a few things to work on today. Very happy. So yeah, this is Phineas, our land iguana. He's a bit insane, having been captured by humans and kept on a boat for a while. He spent some time like watching the humans, and it kind of messed with his brain. So now he is obsessed with humans. And this is the character we've made. So I was designing this character, and we've gone through a few iterations. This was the original design we had, which I quite like the dramaticness of it. But he was like a bit more like an explorer than just a crazy dude. So this is the design we have now. So I put quite a few ideas into how and why he would have this particular clothing. So because in the Galapagos Islands they have like armor and stuff, but no one is like really wearing clothing too much. So he's got his own clothing. So because the Cryptic Galapagos is in the 18th century, I've dressed him up a bit like an 18th century sailor. He's got a t-shirt which is made from tent fabric, trousers made from like linen sack. His sash and his scarf are both made from a French flag. And he's got some jewellery as well. So the jewellery is bracelets, which are actually just these like iron rings that are like braces for like cannons and stuff on a ship. And ship nails, which have been kind of bent to make little rings. He's got 3 rings and 3 bracelets. And then he's got his little fork, which he calls a trident. He also wears shoes in inverted commas, where he just puts charcoal on his feet, but he calls them shoes because he can't make shoes for himself. Yeah, it's been a fun one I've been designing so far. So today, this was like the original character concept. We did a lot of the 3D stuff last week, but now we're going to try and finish, or try and get as far as possible into like a big drawing that I want to do. So this is one I did in my sketchbook. So it's showing Phineas explaining his story of how he escaped from the ship to the main character. That's what we're going to be talking about. Hey Fallen, how's it going, mate? French lizard. That's right. A crazy French lizard. Interesting, I recently finished watching all of Matt's videos, so now I understand what's going on. Good. Yeah. I love Matt's world building style. I think he's such a great artist and world builder, so it's been fun doing this like kind of collab and working with him over these, well, since we kind of met with the first collab, which is good. What have you guys been working on this week? So we'll start sketching away then. Would you hold a fork up in the air like that? So one thing I want to do with this design is have him like do like just like a really nice environment, but also like good details, lots of like little small bits. Like in the background here, we're gonna have a statue just here, marine iguana statue, like it's been carved. We've got the Judas goat here, who's also listening to the story. We've got his like cart thing in the background, and then behind them it's just going to be loads and loads of plants, and then maybe in the background I'm going to have like just some islands in the distance and just like blue water here. So it's going to be like a nice like central point to the image, but it should be pretty cool. Working on a jumping tank. How does a jumping tank work? That sounds cool. The gods are my pantheon. And a beast. Nice. What god are you working on next, Red Cape? And what kind of beast, Crow? I've not been really... I feel like I've fallen behind a bit on the Discord. I've been like so busy with life as well as with videos that I've been neglecting social media, which is good, I guess. It's good to get away from the screens and stuff, but especially when your job is entirely on screens. I'm going to move this a bit closer. Also, this guy doesn't have a tail. He lost it on the ship. I haven't quite figured out how yet, but yeah, he totally lost it, and now he's a tailless iguana. That's one thing we need to get some. So I need to get some Judas goat references. Goats, Galapagos. Like a close-up of their face. All the goats look very different. Like a close-up on their face. Some cows. I'm sure National Geographic will have some good pictures. I guess not. God of animals. Her name is Kurgin. cool. Sounds like a cool one. You've been chipping away on a bunch of the Pantheon for a while now. When will you be finished? I don't even know myself. Probably never. That's cool. It's good to have like a crazy, huge Pantheon to kind of for people to like constantly build up. Companion there. Don't have any good picture of a Judas goat. Find a good picture of their face. If I just do a normal goat. Need a good reference. That's a good image. This one will do. We just need like a close-up of their face, so that'll be fine, I think. One, that beak opens like a flower. Cool. Sounds very alien. Works by using the shield tech in short. Would it not like... would gravity not break it when it smashes to the ground? I'm lost on Coogan right now. I'll be sure I want her lore to fit into her design. Let's jump in the shower, but I shall be quick. See you later. See you in a bit, mate. A tailless iguana, yeah. I want his I want his character to obviously reflect what happened to him on the ship, as well as, obviously, so it's like, because he is like a funny character. He's supposed to be a bit comedic, but at the same time, he was still taken onto a human ship against his will. I'm really bad at drawing these like really big scenes, so it'll be interesting to see how far I get with this one. In fact, I'm gonna stick to the script with this because I've drawn this a bit too big. Because I want him to be the main focus, and I'm gonna do that as like the center of the image. But I also want there to be like a lot around the two of them, because I want to get better at kind of drawing these kind of more natural designs. So I want to do more. I want to do some more bigger pictures in the Great Forest. But the problem is, I'm not very good. I feel like I'm not very good at drawing like these massive like natural scenes with lots of plants and stuff. So it's one thing I'm trying to do with like every new video is like learn something new. So we'll see how far I get with that. Well, the shield tech cushions the landing, repels it off the ground, then slowly descends. That's cool. Is it like a light tank? No, let's start again with. Oh no, I was. Oh my god. Delete anyway, because I'm in the wrong position. Oh dear. Yeah, we'll be drawing a lot of this like kind of background stuff you can see in the ref in the corner. I'm gonna try and have like a really interesting like jungly scene behind with maybe some like of these big cactuses. I know they don't really go there, but I'm gonna have some artistic license. Like a red soil bottom ground, but also like some ferns and some mossy plants behind and a few big rocks. I think it could be pretty cool. If we just copy this. Well, one thing I wanted to do with this is to kind of make it look a little bit like a treasure chest. It's a bit gimmicky, but the logic behind it was like it's like obviously like a trader's caravan. And so, yeah, it's gonna have like kind of a treasure chest icon with some wheels on it, like actually in the game. Oh, this boat's not going very well. Why do that instead? That would be a bit easier. Stick to the script here. There we go. Ugh. Looks terrible. I'm so bad at perspective drawings. This needs to be higher up. I've also got my iPads charging at the moment. And a big problem iPads have is when you're charging them and you try to do straight lines, they don't work exactly. It doesn't always like stick, which is very strange. This line first. Okay. Needs to look a bit like junky. I forgot to mention on the Discord I was streaming. Add it in. See if anyone else is gonna come join. Stream. There we go. It's going to come down here. Well, so I wanted to try and like plan a few missions for this as well. Just do. No, I'll do the color after. So one of the missions I wanted to do for this guy is like you meet him, and he tells you this really dramatic story of how he was captured, and it's something like, oh, you know, I went on this ship, they captured me, and they couldn't hold me back. You know, they like no one can keep me wrapped up. I'm too skilled. And actually, so he like talks about how he manages to escape. So he's like kept in this little like animal box, this like crate, this wooden crate. He's like, oh, I easily broke free from their like pitiful, tools of like, their jail, and it shows like him falling down off of a shelf, and like his box breaks, and he goes, I had to use my sneaking skills to make it past thousands and thousands of soldiers, and it's like all of these drunk sailors who are asleep in their cots. And he's like, oh, I needed to get past like a slobbering beast who just wanted to eat me, and I had to defeat him in hand-to-hand combat. And it's like a puppy that like just licks him. And he said, I made a daring escape, and he basically just and just before he's like, oh, and I had to take the most precious item because I wasn't leaving there without taking something in return. And he just takes like one of the forks off the table from where they were having dinner. And it's all like super dramatic in his mind, but actually, didn't actually do much. If we get rid of this, it'll be a bit easier. Let's paint over the top of it afterwards. Again, I don't want this to be too precise because I like my kind of way of kind of messy style. I think I'll do this wheel separately. Easier. Like I said in in the previous stream, I'm trying to embrace the messy a little bit more with my illustrations, because I feel like messy is my style, but which is not necessarily bad, but I just need to practice using it a little bit more. But like intentional messy. I don't want it to just be like I'm not putting in much effort. But like if I see it as it looks quite good, then I think that's like I think it kind of adds to the image. Hey dude, how's it going, mate? And Throndix. Hey guys, thanks for dropping in. We're drawing a scene, and Throndix, you'll appreciate this. This is our character for the next collab, who's made an outfit out of a French flag. This is Phineas, the land iguana. And we're currently drawing a scene of him talking to the main character. But first we need to pair some of these like under brackets that he's made. He's also gonna have like a bunch of chests up here. They're gonna be kind of like wrapped up in a. Not like that though. Like a kind of bag. These will be like some of his like items that he hoards. Maybe like a barrel. Barrel would be good. Hell yeah, France mentioned. Cocorico. I was like, I was looking through like 18th century flags, and at first I was thought, I kind of want him to have like really bright silk, like silk flags, and I wasn't sure which flag to use. So I was going through the different designs, and I found the French flag was very different right up until the 18th century. So I almost didn't end up using the French flag. And the British one was very different. I didn't realize like the Tudor flag and like some of the other flags were like green. So I definitely didn't want to use the English flag. So yeah, I went through a few iterations of which ones to use, but eventually settled on the French flag. I mean, this doesn't. The problem is this doesn't really read. No, I'm gonna take this off. It needs to read as like a treasure chest. And if I put that up there, it doesn't really read very well. So that's fine. How are you guys doing anyway, Dude and Thrundix? What have you guys been up to? Give it some like iron bracket things as well. So I kind of drew these in like the original like 3D design that I made last week. Like a few iron brackets to kind of hold it together. Right. Do like an iron bracket here as well. Like it's just kind of stapled this cannon mount onto the side. I'm going to do some stuff on the shelf as well, but I'm bored of this cart, so I'm going to keep working on the characters before I go back to the cart. Let's draw this Judas goat. I've got a reference here, I'll use this one, a bit easier. The goats are obviously much bigger because these iguanas are a little bit bigger than normal iguanas, but a picture of the main character. Like stand on a bucket or something. What we're going to draw for the background. I want some kind of like dramatic trees in the back. I want them to be like kind of readable trees. I don't know if this is like evergreens. It's more like these kind of trees and palm trees. Sort of thing with trees where you're supposed to, they don't like curve like that. You're supposed to do it where they like kind of stop and then they kind of like branch off into a different direction. They branch off like that. They look quite good. What we'll do is we'll do like a big rock here as well. Maybe we'll do like a second face, like carved in here, like there's a few faces. Do the same back here. I'm going to have that kind of like middle area as like a blue sea. We want some rocks and cactuses, cacti, and things like that in the foreground. Where's our cart sitting? So these cacti obviously wouldn't be in a forest, but we'll stick them in here anyway just because they'll look good. We'll do like the red soil and everything, and we'll do the kind of foreground here. There's gonna be some like little like tracks. It's obviously like wheeled in. It's gonna be like shrubby and rocky. Proper Galapagos terrain. And I want there to be kind of like a colour contrast. Like we're gonna have nice and grey with all the rock there. Kind of going up there. Then I'm going to have like kind of the red, because there's like this kind of red stone, red orange stone. have these weird cactus plants, which again are like a pretty gnarly orange color. And behind that, we'll have like blue of the sea. We might change this. We'll set it all up and see how it looks, and then potentially we can always change it. I don't remember if it's darker. Yeah, it's darker above, lighter below, right? Again, this grove is going to be like very dark and full of cacti, and it's just going to be like this light is going to be kind of peeking through. It's going to have like a lot of green in there, like all this. Colour the cactus in a second. Pretty good. I got my first mock math exam this morning, but it went well, so I'm happy. Oh, nice. Good job, mate. How have you been doing the past year? Pretty well overall. Had more ups than downs. And as I said, I'm pretty tired. Yeah, it's good you did well in your maths, though. Are these plants typical of the Galapagos Islands? Yes, yes they are. The Galapagos Island is weird. So this isn't so much, but the Galapagos Islands does have ferns. So like this, kind of like a mossy forest. And this one as well. I think this is like northern hemisphere. This looks like Seattle or something, but or San Francisco. But these are all Galapagos. So we've got these big like cacti and stuff like that, and like these wiry plants. So I'm gonna try and set it up I just want kind of the contrasting colours. So we've got like the reds. We're gonna have a lot of green as well. Yeah, it's gonna kind of like frame this like background here. Okay, we're really embracing the messy here. Do you know what we might do actually? Is we might treat ourselves to a few leaves. Then I'm just going to erase a few of them as well. There's more cacti in there. I'll put that before that actually. Again, really embracing the messy here. Oh! Why are they together? No! When did I do that? How far back does it go? Bugger! Oh, I must have accidentally blended them. That was stupid. Oh, that's annoying. Right, well, doesn't really matter. So let's put this one on here. This one, we'll do that color again. Yeah, we miss out too much. I don't want to have to try and, go over all these lines and stuff. It's better to have them separate. So I prefer to redo the trees than redo the like basic line work. So. I feel like this is an image I'm going to spend a few days on, so we'll try and get as much as we can done today. But if we don't finish it all, that's fine. Also doing good, my friend. Just using my creativity. It's good to hear. Doing good. Also been working on my contrast in portraits. Nice. That's good. I think it's always important to try to improve yourself with every image. I'm working on drawing a friend's Pokemon team. Cool. I like to see Pokemon in your style, Fallen. Can you share it in the Discord? It's kind of like a waxy, that kind of color, right? Okay, we'll go messy and then we'll tidy it up after. Very messy to start with. Right, let's get some colour on this cart. It's nice and messy again. We'll clean up the edges after. And it takes me less time to clean up the edges than it does to try and draw neat. Yeah. Nice. And if we just change it to a brown colour, it's a bit easier to work with afterwards. These cacti have like a kind of weird pattern. Try to be a bit more intentional with them. Just seem to stick together. These orange, they have these like weird veins in them. They have that kind of like black in the background as well, which I need to kind of try and replicate as well. It's a little bit better. I'll do the rocks in front in a minute. Let's do this colour again. Black behind them as well. In fact, if I just do that behind. And we'll just delete some of these. This green, so it peeks through a little bit more. A lot of this is going to be in the shade anyway, so it doesn't have to be too prominent. I'll have some of these like white sticks coming through as well. See how that looks. These like dry sticks. Oops. But what we might do is not clipping mask, but we'll do it as like a blend layer. Like that, yeah. So it's like not. It's not like kind of overwhelming colours. Let's get rid of this. We'll do the black first. This like really dark colour. Then we'll do the green. So we'll do the line work before we do the green. This like level always stresses me out when I'm like at the start and the image is like kind of coming together, and I haven't really, you know, I've barely planned it. I'm like, oh gosh, I hope this works out, because I'll spend like hours on it and then sometimes I end up giving up on them because I'm like, this doesn't work, doesn't look good. we'll see. We'll see how we get on. Once I start to introduce shadow and stuff, it will hopefully look a bit better. We're going to have some heavy shadows kind of in the middle here, and have him as like Phineas as the kind of main highlight in the center of the image. So it should draw eyes to the center. God, my iPad's hot. %battery. Okay, we should be safe, I think. Riddle me this, my friends. Out of all the gods in my pantheon, which is your favorite? I really liked... Let me have a look. Can't quite remember the name. Search your messages. The man in the red cape. I'll stop being lazy. I'll just look in art. I really liked your one. I think it was like the Jester, or the God of Tricks, or was the God of Riddles or something. You remind me. It was one I really liked. I mean, I like all of your. I really like your style of art, especially Red Cape. But I think it was like the God of Riddles or something. In front. No, okay. That's fine. Okay. So I want to do these as kind of like... One of them's going to be a statue. We need an iguana face. Marine iguana. That's a good one. Nice. Does need to look kind of carved, so cut off this side of the face. There you go. Nice and simple, but effective. I might move Phineas more into the middle. Maybe what we'll do is we'll get rid of the the original face we were going to draw and just have him sat up against this normal face. Maybe he's just sat up against the goat. We'll have to redraw that statue then. Fool, yeah, I think it was the Fool. Fool is the god of trickery, Olus is the god of illusions. Ah, maybe it was the god of illusions. I can't remember. Oh, hey, Noisy. Good to have you in the stream, mate. Surprised to see you here. How are you doing? I've been loving the series Noisy at the moment. Very cool. Have you got a new video coming out soon? Trying to do, yeah, sorry, you can tell me I'm focused because I'm very boring and I don't talk at all. Yeah, trying to draw some cool little iguana dudes at the moment, but we're trying to find a good iguana face. I think this one will do well. I need to have something to put in the foreground though, that's the only problem. They're a bit far back unless I move them forward. What if I just move everyone? It could work. You lose a lot of the picture there. Not sure. Doing good. Good to hear. Yeah, Noisy, I was hoping to shoot you a message actually. I don't know if you've had the chance to see any of the Bard's world building podcast episodes. I don't suppose you would be interested in chatting about your Smoke Knight series. I've had a few people on the podcast already, and I've got a few more I've just recorded, but you know. I would love to have a chat with you. If you're interested, of course, no pressure. can stick like a cannon or something at the front here, like half buried or. I do need to find some. Maybe if I find some Pinterest, something on Pinterest. Let's have a look. I'll share it in the. I'll share it in the reference if I find something. Maybe just some more plants. Oh, hey Blank, thanks for jumping in, mate. Appreciate you being here. I did see those. That sounds really fun. Talk about my world. Not sure if it's quite as developed as some of the others you've interviewed. Oh, mate, I disagree. Do you know? I kind of chatted about it a bit with Winter, because he's just started his new project, Copper Vale. He started it obviously. I think it was the end of last year, or the start of this year, and you know he's still working on it and building it up. And I think you've put a lot into it as well already, especially with your new Magic System 1, and you know. I think it'd be interesting. Up to you. Yeah, you know, I would say if you're interested, I don't know if you're on Discord at all, but if you know, I was just checking your profile now. Actually, I don't think you have a Discord yourself, do you? Your ArtStation, Instagram. I'll shoot you a message on Instagram, just so you have my contact. And then if you're interested at all, you know, I would love to, you know, have a little chat. I think it'd be cool to get you on, and I know a lot of people would be interested in hearing about your art upbringing or art education. There we go. You can kind of see the statue a bit more in the background now. Maybe if I do that. Yeah, sounds awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Can you give us any hints about what you're working on for your next project? Do you know one thing especially, Noisy, I really like is I've been really enjoying the shorts as well. Like, and I know you put kind of the same kind of graphics as you did in your main videos, but I'm really loving the side by side with like the final rendered image, and then like stats as well. So cool, very Vermis. I say I've got the I haven't really told anyone who the next person I've interviewed is, but that'll be a nice surprise. And then that drops next month, and then I just interviewed the person after that this weekend, and that was really fun. It was actually quite a long interview, because we spent a lot of the time just kind of freestyling and chatting about some of the person's influences and stuff. But yeah, it's one thing I've really enjoyed about the podcast episodes. It's just the opportunity to have a sit down and just talk to, you know, other arty people. I have a few like art friends, and my brothers are artists, but it's nice, especially because I feel like a lot of people in the world building space have like similar mentalities about creating and stuff like that. So it's been really cool to to have the chance to chat with them, and yeah. I'm sure even if I wasn't interviewing each of these people I was talking to, it would still be super fun. Just the time to pick their brain and I would say every episode so far has had like some nice insights in it. If I say so myself, obviously it's come from the people I've been speaking to, but the last guy I interviewed as well, I wrote down a bunch of his advice, and I've been trying to follow it actually since he brought it up. And he kind of says, it during the interview, but so you'll see them when it comes out the month after next. But it's been so cool, yeah, having the chance to chat with people about it. I do have a Discord, but I'm not super active. That's fair. Yeah, I haven't been that active on mine recently. I was just saying to the guys on here earlier. So no worries. Yeah, I'll just shoot you a message on Instagram instead. I'll see you all in Discord. Oh, thanks, Red Cape. Appreciate you dropping in, mate. Good to see you. Looking forward to the next god as well. The god was it God of Animals or God of the Hunt? What have you been up to, Blank? You busy this week, mate? You working on anything? Those shorts were super fun to put together. I actually just posted a teaser for my upcoming stuff on my community page. Oh, nice. Doing some architecture. Hell yeah. Nice. Yeah, I was saying to the guys earlier, I'm trying to, every time I do a video now, I'm trying to improve on something each time, just to make myself a little bit better. So I'm trying to do a bit of an environment in that one now. And definitely want to get into some more architecture. I always find it super difficult. Especially like perspective drawings in any situation, I think can be quite challenging for me, but what might look good is if we do some like just some like black, like some ferns in the foreground here, like someone's like kind of nah, it's a bit lazy. I'm also going to draw my current team Pokemon. I feel like Pokemon's one of those settings where you could really like see everyone's kind of different styles. You could like see people's styles come through when they drawing like Pokemon in their art style. Oh, get distracted here. Oh, I need to be using references here. I'm getting very distracted. I had a good one earlier. I had a good reference image there. I've just lost. I'm trying to find it so I can post it in the, so you guys can see it as well. I want to see something for the foreground. Larry McDougall will have something cool. Let me look for his images. Yeah, I'm kind of forcing myself to do more backgrounds and perspective. Not my strong suit, but good to practice. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's my mentality as well. It's like, okay, I'm not super strong in this area, but the only way I'm going to get better is if I just do it right. So I'm going to try and do that with this image. I'm going to try and do like some really solid like plants, and they're a bit messy at the moment. I was saying to these guys, I'm trying to embrace the messiness of my style. as best I can. Maybe we just do that then. We just have it like kind of surrounded by some like cool plants or something. Let's really take the time to draw in some of these leaves and things. We'll see how this looks. I'll do this quickly. We'll colour it a little bit, and we'll see what kind of comes from it. If we like it, we'll do it a bit more. We can do some like little, what are they called, like the little dust things you see in the forest. Looking good so far. Who are you collabing with, or is that the secret? So this is with Cryptic Galapagos, the guy I did in the first podcast episode. I'll show you actually. So what we're doing is we're doing like a 4-person collab where I'm drawing from Cryptic's world. Cryptic is drawing from Alba Francescatar, who was episode 3. Alba is drawing from Winter's, and then Winter is drawing from mine. And then we're going to swap afterwards. So we're going to kind of take it in turns. So with Cryptic Galapagos, his setting, on the Galapagos Island is obviously with lots of iguanas. So I've chosen to do like a land iguana. So my guy is called Phineas, and he was an iguana who was captured by humans and kept on like their ship. And from his cage, he saw like loads of things in the ship that's kind of driven him insane. And it's the whole like idea of eldritch madness, where you see things which are beyond your comprehension, and it just like blows your mind. So he saw all these like human inventions and tools, and heard their language and everything, and it's kind of driven him insane. So now he's obsessed with humans. So he kind of dresses as a human. He acts like really thespian and really dramatic, and he's even got like jewelry and everything like that. So he kind of sees himself as a human instead of an iguana. So one thing I went through is just like how to kind of like justify all of his clothes, because in the Cryptic Galapagos, I think in the video game they're going to wear like armor and stuff, but I don't know if anyone's actually going to have any like real clothing. So I was trying to like conceptualize how we would get it. So for example, his linen trousers are made from like sacks that would be on the transport ships. His shirt is made from like a tent, the fabric of a tent. His sash and his scarf are made from a silk French flag. The rings on his fingers are just made from bent ship nails. And then his bracelets are made from these kind of like brackets, these iron rings, like that used to like, hold down luggage and cargo and cannons inside the ship. And so all of this he's like found on the beach. And then he paints his feet black to be like shoes, because he can't actually find any shoes for himself. So he just makes shoes out of charcoal by painting them black. He's a bit insane, but yeah. How cool. Got to watch more of those guys' videos. Honestly, they're so... I like... One problem I always find with the world building community is, obviously, because everyone invests a lot of time in like building up their art and everything, the videos don't come out fast enough. So you end up with like these massive lull periods of not having anyone to watch. So yeah, I would say if you haven't watched their channels before, they've got like a lot of good stuff, all of them. And all super different as well. So Cryptic just made like a recent series with his like enemies that he's going to do for his video game, and he does some of the background stuff for his video game stuff. So I was like super stoked and very inspired by that. So this is going to be Phineas. So I've been like doing loads of like concepts and trying to figure out what I want him to look like. And so this is going to be kind of like this final image that we're going to go through, but I'm going to try and spend a few good hours on it, so it's actually like a really decent image. So we'll see how well it comes out. So at the moment, I'm trying to figure out how I want the image to be. So let's get some color on this. Like I said, I'm just going to test this and see what it looks like, and then see what kind of comes out. Yeah, I'm trying to do like less. I think like the secret videos are good, but I kind of like hyping them up as well, and I'm terrible at keeping a secret. For the podcast, I'm gonna do a few more little secret-y ones, and then I think they're nice surprises when they come out as well, because I know the guys in my Discord. We all like kind of similar creators and stuff, so I think it'd be cool for them to like surprise them just the week before it actually comes out. But I think once this next one's out, I'll probably just do a list of who I have upcoming, just for fun. Looks okay. We'll leave that in for now. See what comes out. Try and just save that. We'll do really flat colors at the start, and then there we go. Try and make a bit more like the actual character. Oops. It's funny actually, I've got this like I've got this quite big list now of all the people I want to interview for the podcast. And it's like it grows every time I like find new people. But it's funny to see. It's funny how many I've managed to like kind of tick off so far. Like I said, I haven't done that many interviews, but it's been kind of surreal as well, because like, especially when you like watch a lot of people on YouTube, and then you kind of interact with them, and it is kind of intimidating. And then you have like this chat, and it's like really nice, and it's like super chill. And you just, you know, it's like kind of the opposite situation to what you expect. It's just like a very natural, authentic chat with someone you like really admire, and it's been great. Something I would recommend to anyone. You know, it's just a really great way to, I think, do YouTube. It's just been very fun so far. Like I said, you know, I think even if I wasn't making videos and stuff of my art, I think it'd be so cool to still have the chance to like chat. Because a lot of the time they'll come out with just the craziest, you know, piece of advice that you just didn't think of yourself, and it'll kind of change. It's going to change the way I've drawn recently, like with this idea of, you know, trying to better myself with each drawing. I've had that idea for a little while, but I definitely think that, I can't remember if that, I think that's kind of been inspired by a few of the people I've chatted to as well, which is cool. This character is going to be a bit of like a comedy character. I don't expect this will actually make it to the to the main game, but I think it's like quite a unique one. The idea with this collab is we were, because it was organized by Cryptic, and he was saying, you know, he would like for everyone to kind of make something for the other people's world which they haven't done yet, or they haven't like taken the opportunity to tackle, which is like a cool challenge. So in the Cryptic lab, of course, they don't have like a trader character, which is why I wanted to do Phineas. So it's been like a fun one to do. so far, and I also have managed to, you know, if I don't get Phineas into the Cryptogalapagos, maybe it'll influence Matt's decision in the end. Let's see. Do you know who this guy reminds me of? I don't know if any of you guys play Grim Fandango. Grim Fandango. His companion, I can't remember his name. This dude. This made me laugh. Manny, you promised. That's hilarious. Do you know what I mean? Kind of, right? Same vibe. What's his name? I can't remember. Glottis. Oh god, that was such a good game, but it was so difficult. I think all those games kind of were, like Monkey's Island and other ones like that. But very fun game though. We'll do the scales separately, just so I can kind of reduce the opacity. Why is this so light? Is this oh no, okay. Just how hard I'm holding the pen. Again, we're not going to be like consistent with the scales, as long as they're kind of the same size-ish. Hopefully it won't change what his face looks like. I hope Matt really likes this guy and he draws him in his style, because I'd love to see him in like the proper Cryptogalapagos style. I can't draw as like realistic as Matt, so very cool to see. Before my time. Don't make me feel old, man. Damn. Games of my childhood. I don't think I'm that old, but I think yeah. When did that game come out? That was like 19. No, 20. It must have been 20. And did. Ooh. And did. Grim Fandango come out? 98. Damn, maybe I'm old. Shit. I'm laughing at my own guy. He's looking too bad, right? I think he's looking pretty good. Okay, right. I always make this mistake of really heavily drawing in these kind of like black shapes, but I need to colour this in now, so let's get rid of all this. So Noisy, you know, this is the sort of thing we talk about if you did come onto the podcast. But just curious, are you what's your kind of plan with your project then? Do you think you are gonna make it into kind of like a Vermis book or video game or TTRPG, or do you have a plan, or is it just kind of like a fun project at the moment? I think I like to do like an art book. I've been talking for ages about doing a TTRPG, and one thing I've like really considered is a TTRPG agnostic game. So it'd be like you can make it like compatible with. I think this is what it means. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong here, but it'd be like compatible with other systems essentially. Because I'm kind of lazy and I don't like maths, so I don't want to work out like a whole system. But at the same time, I think it'd be cool to have something I could play with my friends set in the world. So who knows? Who knows? Nothing concrete at the moment. If I do make anything, it'd probably be an art book or TTRPG, like I said, yeah. I've also thought of making a graphic novel or comic. Dude. If you make it, I'll buy it. Just so you know. Have you made comics before in the past? I used to try and make comics as a kid, and I didn't have the patience for it because it's like a lot of work, right? But there's like a lot of people I really like who do a lot of comics, like Dead Gods. What's his name? His name is. I just posted a video today, actually. How do I not know his name? 1 second. Dead Gods is. I'll find him. He's in my subscriber list somewhere. Ah, here it is. Matt Rhodes. I don't remember his name. Rubbish. Matt Rhodes, yeah. Who is this fellow? Is he staging a revolution? He's got the right colours for a revolution, right? He's this is Phineas, the slightly disturbed land iguana. Doing this for the if you remember last week, Malga. So this is the iguana dude. The cart I was making for the iguana. Was for this guy. Stick to the same colour. Yeah, I'll buy yours if you make it want to. Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Honestly, I'd love to just draw full time. That would be my goal. I think if I could do an art book and sell it, that would be really sick. If I could just sit around and draw all day, every day, I'd be so stoked. Especially now, it's like summer in the UK, and all I want to do, I like sit inside on my computer to work, and I'm like, I just want to sit in the garden and just on my iPad. My sketchbook and just chill with my dog. That'd be nice. I've lightly experimented with comics, but nothing serious. Just a cool way to deliver an actual storyline while still being able to make illustrations. Nice. It is a good way to kind of like present stories, right? So I don't read a lot of stories, but I've got like a few graphic novels and stuff that I've bought. I think the only one I've really consistently bought is, I don't know if you've seen Kill 6 Billion Demons. I'd recommend this to everybody. Kill 6 Billion Demons is like, it's so awesome. It's so awesome. It's like, just really nice art alongside a very cool storyline. Some like really nice characters and like incredible character design. And I'm waiting for book number, I think it's 6 to come out. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Book number 5 to come out. So because it's been going on this blog for years, and they release all of them for free. But Image Comics picked it up, and so you can read the whole thing online for free, or you can buy the graphic novels. But I'd highly recommend buying the graphic novels because it's just, oh man. I think if I ever wanted to make a comic, I would want to make something even remotely close to that because it's just the coolest piece of art. Oh yeah, I remember that. I hope Blender hasn't been cruel to you this week. Darth Malgus, you don't even know, bro. It's been awful. It's been so terrible. This is all gonna come out during the video, but so the original plan with this, right, was to make a an animation. So that was the idea, is I would make like a 3D scene, and I would like walk over to this guy who's kind of on this island, and he's got his like cart and everything. So Phineas, this guy I'm drawing, and essentially you would like interact with him, and then it'd be like a cutscene. And so I'd animate the cutscene, and that was supposed to be like the whole project, right? So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna make it like PS1 style. Do you know what? I'm gonna show you guys because you're not allowed to laugh. Okay, you're not allowed to laugh. I'm going to show you what I produced. Oh, honestly, it's just the most heart-wrenching thing in the world. So, let me have a look. Where did I put it? Okay, send it to my brother. I don't know if I can show you the video, but I started to make a little iguana dude, right? And this will be a good representation of how far I got. So I mean, it's not far off of the guy I'm drawing, right? It's not too bad. And I started to try to animate it, and I got pretty far. You know, it wasn't too bad. I'll see if I have a full model. I think I put it into a different group chat. No, I didn't. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can share this video. Because I managed to like build a skeleton, and I had a model and everything going. But I ended up exporting it to Unreal, and everything just failed like constantly, and it was like so I was so disappointed. I was so sure I was on the right track doing it like this style, and it just absolutely failed. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and I'll download this video. How can I download? There we go. See if I can share it in here. Is it gonna work? I don't know if I'm able to copy. Oh, I know what I'll do. Right. Okay, so I got pretty far with this. So let me just change my view. Oh, I've got no. Where's my audio gone? My lo-fi beats ended. There we go. Okay. So check this out. I was pretty happy with this when I got this far. I'm gonna change to media player. Okay, cool. So I'll zoom in. Just so you guys can see. So I was pretty happy with this. right? So this was like the bones and everything. He wasn't going to be doing flips in the video, obviously, but I was like just testing it out to see what I could do with it, right? Doing some backflips. I think I got him like breakdancing at one point. His like arm goes into the ground because his like knees are too low, and I think his forearms were like too short. And he was doing so not bad, right? So I export it to Unreal, and it just does not work at all. Like not even a little bit. And it was like so frustrating because I spent literally like days on this, just desperately trying to get it to work. That's really good, thanks. So that's with a program. That's with something called Mixamo, which is just like you attach an animation to a model that you've built, and as long as it has skeleton, as long as it has a skeleton, then it should work. So you know, I was very happy with my performance, and then as soon as I got into Unreal, everything just went wrong. And I've even built like an Unreal scene, and that I was super happy with. Well, I was like kind of happy with, but so yeah, you know, this is the whole thing we were talking about, Noisy, is just like making progress, right? So I feel like I did make a lot of progress with 3D, and I feel like I am getting better with Blender, but I mean, this kind of showed me that I just need to put a lot of like learning time into it, because whatever I messed up, I don't know. I have no idea what I messed up, but it just didn't work. So I'll come back to that at some point and build something, because I want to do some animations, some like animated shorts for my YouTube channel, but it's just going to take some time to get there, I think. Redesign this fork. Three D is a whole other beast. I completely agree. Yeah, I'll get there eventually. And you know, I was quite happy with the style, because I was going for like a PS2 style. So, you know, exactly like this. This is the kind of thing I was going for, and I feel like it wasn't too bad. So the model and everything actually came out quite well, and I was happy with the way it looked in the end. But yeah, I'll come back to it. I'll definitely show some more 3D stuff in the future, but we'll see. Hey Blank, good to have you back. Right, this fork needs to be very big, because it's obviously an iguana holding the fork. So this is like a fork he stole from the human ship he was on. And these forks are like actually kind of like tridents. So he thinks it's like some ancient relic, and he calls it like the trident of Neptune or something. Or something along those lines. I guess an iguana wouldn't know what Neptune was, but still, yeah, he thinks it's like a really good, like a really amazing item. So yeah, some of the quests I was thinking would be, you know, he sits you down and he tells you this tale of how he got kidnapped by the humans, and then if you listen to him, and then at the end of the tale, he's like, okay, I need your help, and you're like, okay, what do you need help with? And he's like, I need you to help me to find a wheel for my car, and his wheel is essentially like fallen off. I might actually show this in this image. We'll see. And so you know, if you do that for him, then it unlocks him as a traveling trader. So we'll say like he's stuck on a small island in the game, and he can't get off. And you know, with the low tide and high tide, he could eventually escape. But the problem is he's stuck, and there's because he doesn't have a wheel. So that's the big problem. So your kind of quest is just to find him another wheel. So yeah, it's like a silly little quest. You get him, and then it unlocks him as like a traveling trader, and then he has like items that you can't get elsewhere, and he has like things you can like sell him things, and you can maybe buy some like weird human cosmetics from him, like a hat or other items. Because one thing Cryptic said is Matt said is oops. One thing Matt said is he wants there to be like a lot of cosmetics and stuff in his game, so make sure like you could get like a few human-esque cosmetics from this dude. I'm going to do a few, once I finish this image, I might do a few more images because I want it to be like quite a big video. So I might do an image of Kevin, the goat, who pulls his cart. And then a few other ones as well. I'm going to do this coloration on the goat as well. Where's that line? It's a weird line. The wyvern setting, I thought of a deity for it. That sounds cool. Tell us about this deity blank. Share this information. Give him a little rocky head as well. I want him to draw him like Cryptic's main dude. Let's have a look. I have a picture somewhere. Podcast. Cryptic. Images. I have a picture of his main dude somewhere. Where is he? Sorry, I'm looking through my folders on my computer to try and find a picture of the main character from the Cryptic Galapagos setting. Because I have a picture of him. Where did I put it? Am I blind? I might be blind. Ah, here he is. Oh, it's a bit dark actually. That's fine. Okay, we'll use that. So you guys can see it as well. It's got kind of a rocky head. Start going with that. These ones will be kind of like lost in the fur. Like a peaceful moment. We'll do it like, again, it's like a silly dude, but we'll say both of them are kind of like just chilling. So he knows this is all ridiculous. Everything he's telling him is very ridiculous fairy tale story, but he's got like cool armor on as well. He's like crossing his arms. He's got a picture of someone crossing their arms. She's a womb, maybe similar to some insect queen with which the corpse is getting prepared. Then it's deposited when done. Decay is fixed. Muscles about able to move again. Senses operational. Jeez, very graphic. But the corpse is but a reanimated body with no soul behind the eyes except for a link to their mother. Very gnarly. That guy looks radical. Yeah, he does. Very good drawing from Matt. By the way, what tablet do you use for drawing? I've been saving up for one for a while now. I'm in the middle of deciding what to get. So I use an iPad Pro. I can't remember which one it is. Maybe like 2021 or 2022 or something. Honestly, it's a really great piece of kit. I got into drawing again because I think I got an iPad. My wife got me one for like my birthday or something, and so I was just like doodling on it for a little while. And so I started drawing again. And then when I was using it pretty much every single day. So I was just using a normal iPad with Procreate and a first edition Apple Pen. So then I loved it so much and I was using it so much, I kind of justified to myself as like, okay, I'm going to get an iPad Pro because it just makes sense because I just use it so much. So I got an iPad Pro and it's awesome. It's such an amazing tool, to be honest. I think it's so good and it just does the job really, really well. I think I will get a computer tablet, like a drawing, like a graphic screen type thing, in the future at some point. But honestly, I can't recommend it enough. It's really good. I know a few other people who draw on it. Nubmark uses an iPad. Alba uses an iPad from time to time. And a few other people I know use iPads as well, but honestly, it's really, really good. Hey, Joe. Thanks for jumping in, mate. Appreciate you being here. Your wife, how old is Buzz? Don't you guys know I'm old? I was just talking to Noisy earlier, and I mentioned a game, and he said it was before his time, and I was like, oh man, I am old. I'm married, dude. I'm married and I have 2 kids. And I still say dude. I should tell you how old I am. Oops. Oh man, I've really enjoyed this drawing so far. I have like a very short attention span. I think like a lot of creatives, but honestly, this is kind of fun. It's one thing I think where I get really bored is when I don't see an image coming together. And I don't know. I kind of see this one coming together, which is quite nice. I say, dude, I'm an old soul though. Thank you. Join me. Join me in old age. I'm just looking at some references for marine iguanas. I love this one. Do you know, if you guys ever have kids, you have these moments from time to time during the day. God, that's a very old person thing to say, but look at this little dude. He's sick of it. We'll just do kind of the like foundational drawing here, and then we'll come back around. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get time. Oh gosh, it's almost time to end the stream. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get around to starting like the shading or anything today. But man, this is coming together quite well. Got a nice like centering. Like the main person in the image is clear, and like one of the main things of the image is supposed to be the fork. I think that's pretty clear, right? You know, with it being like the centered in the clearing, and what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna like make everything behind here super dark. So it's gonna look something like this. So it's gonna be like all shadowy here. Maybe even like have those guys in shadow, and then you know it'll like really center on this like main dude, like this kind of style, and then maybe have some like light coming down like here, and then there'll be like lots of shine coming off of this fork, and then you'll have some like I might have like some kind of light in the back here so that you get some backlighting. So you got kind of like two bits of light coming through, but we'll see how it goes. Ants kind of inspired the god of corpses, Malagus, but also lore from a series I want to watch called Chainsaw Man. I've heard a lot of good things about Chainsaw Man. The elders have spoken. This guy's got quite long little finger toes. Got spiky tails as well. Nice. We're gonna have like a few other things, maybe like some more moss on the trees and a few more like cacti. We'll do some like rocks and stuff on the floor. We're gonna have a few more details on the goats, and then we'll have like loads of stuff in the shop. So maybe it's gonna be, it should be like a super detailed image, if I manage to do it successfully. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's come through quite well, right? Let's have a look. Quite happy with it. I think it kind of it describes what I want it to describe, and I feel like the framing's not bad, and it's got like a lot of detail, and I wasn't sure about the kind of plants at the front, but I think they work quite well. I don't know how super authentic they are to the Galapagos, so I might come back to them and just tweak them a little bit, but keep them nice and dark in the front. But then yeah, I'll have maybe a few more cacti, and then like a really very Pacific sea in the background. So it's going to be like a nice light on it, maybe a bluer sky. So it like really contrasts with the red and the oranges in the front. It should be pretty nice. Oh, good session. I'm happy with that. I feel like sometimes I get a bit lost during the session, and I feel like I managed to not get lost today, so that's cool. That's always a plus. Oops, gonna zoom in a bit. There we go. Look how happy he is. I like it. Thanks. Appreciate it, Crow. I think it's neat. I love how hyped he is for the fork. Yeah, I agree. He's obviously telling a very fun, amazing story. Yeah, so I think it should hopefully be an interesting image. This is, like I said, this is gonna be my main image for the collab, so it needs to be pretty good. So we'll see. We'll see how well it is. How well received it is. I'm sure the guys will like it. And again, there's gonna be about 20 minutes of me showing all of my disasters and like the all the sketches. I have honestly, I've probably gone through about literally 17 pages of like A5 and A4 and maybe like 3 or 4 A3 sketchbook pages of just doodles about this guy. So it'll be nice. I'm enjoying doing this. I'm gonna be happy once it's finished and I've got this like main image done. But so we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. Right, guys. Thank you for keeping me company. I think we're gonna finish the stream there. Really happy with how that one went. And thanks for dropping by, everyone. So appreciate you guys being here. Thank you, Darth Malgus. Thanks, Blank. Lazy Crow, appreciate you being here. Noisy, was good to have you in the stream. And yeah, like I said, I'll shoot you a message and we can have a chat about the pod potentially. Joe, good to have you here. Who else did we have in? We had a few others, didn't we? We had Man in the Red Cape. Don't know, you dropped off already, but I appreciated you being here, buddy. Fallen as well. Throndix. Do Sidan. Appreciate you guys. Anyone else? I think we had someone else in as well. No. Okay. Right. I think it was a really productive stream. Managed to get a lot done. But yeah. I will see you in the next stream, or I will see you in the Discord or elsewhere. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. See you in the next one. Or day. Or afternoon. I don't know. Wherever you guys are in the world. Yeah. See you next time, guys. I'm going to zoom in on this before I leave. Bye.